Hello everyone. We're just going to wait for a few more people to jump on. Whilst we wait, we've got loads of great content coming up for you today. It's all going to be about equine, higher education courses only today. Thank you all for joining. I can see loads of you are hopping on now. If you've got any comments about equine, higher education courses, then please just pop them in the comments below. I can see that there's loads of you jumping on, which is amazing. If you've got any questions, then pop them in the comments below. Alternatively, if you don't obviously want your question on the live, then you can give us a DM as well. We've got loads of amazing content coming up for you. We're going to be speaking to Jenny, who is the team leader in Equine for higher education. And then we're also going to be speaking to Catherine, who's a current student. But we'll go into a little bit more detail about that in a minute. We will also be just talking about general stuff that you guys can get involved with. So just to start off with, we do have virtual open events coming up. These will be on the 3rd of February. You can register now for them. So if you just head over to the website, you can register there. And then you will get a link on that day and it will take you to the virtual open day. We also have brilliant, lovely, and I've got one here actually, our prospectuses, our full-time course guides that have all our courses in them. So if you would like to order one of these, you can also head over to the website and request one, and we'll get one straight to your door, so you don't even need to leave the house. We are just... I can see that Catherine has put her request in for later, which is amazing. Thank you very much. We're just waiting for Equine to put their request in, and then we'll get started. So if you don't know already, we are a further and higher education college. Obviously, we'll be speaking about higher education courses today, But if you're interested in like the further education side, then get a prospectus. You can come to the virtual open event and take a look on our website as well. There's tons and tons of great content, and YouTube's always really good as well. So I'm just going to send a request to our equine team, then get them on the live, and then we can begin with the questions. If you are interested in any of these courses, then please just head over to the bio. The link's there. It will take you directly to the website with the course lists there, and then just pop them in the basket, and away you go really with your application process. And then we obviously hope to see you in September. We're just waiting on Hadlow Equine to come on, so Jenny, and then we'll begin. If you're just jumping on, then we've literally just covered a few things, which I'll obviously say again. The prospectuses, so they're actually called full-time course guides. This will give you a really good insight into the courses that we offer. We also have three campuses. Our main one's in Hadlow. We've also got one in Greenwich and also in Riding Lane in Tunbridge as well. So let me just quickly have a look. Brilliant. So as I said, if any of you've got any questions, then feel free to pop them in the comments. Again, if you don't really want to pop them on the comments on the live, then feel free to obviously send them via DM, a private DM. Right, we're going to start with Catherine. We're just waiting on Jenny to put her request in, but we're going to start with Catherine, who's our current student, and she's going to give a really amazing insight to her time at Hadlow College. So I'm just going to ask Catherine to come on. So let's just see if she can connect.
Hello,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Thank you.
Good, good. Are you enjoying lockdown? I mean, probably not.
It's been all right. Bit
Yeah,
difficult this time round, but
yeah,
I
definitely. The third one now, it's going to be definitely difficult, isn't it, really?
yeah, went on a while.
Yeah, definitely. Too long, way too long.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Yeah.
Just about your time at the college, just to give people a real insight, basically. So you're obviously now in your first year of a degree, is that right?
Yes, yeah.
And you was on the diploma before, is that right?
Yeah. So I did the level 3 equine management diploma at Greenwich
Hmm.
before, and then now I'm doing the equine sports therapy and rehabilitation degree.
So what would you say like your best memory or moment or something you've done on maybe your diploma, and then what you're maybe looking forward to in your first year of your degree?
Well, with the degree, I've already had some like good highlights.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've only had my first year, and due to COVID, it's prevented a few like opportunities and trips and stuff.
Hmm.
I'd definitely say like the dissections. We've done some dissections in our lessons before we went on to remote learning. It's obviously really interesting. I'm quite a visual learner, so it was
Yeah.
nice to actually like so the one we dissected was a leg when we was at Greenwich.
Okay.
I found that very interesting.
Yeah.
During the diploma, obviously, during like work experience and like trips organised by Hadlow, I really enjoyed them. Like I was lucky enough to go to Tom Crisp eventing and Adam True eventing for my work experience, and then for the trips, I think the best ones probably like Olympia, badminton, and we managed to visit the King's Troops as well, which was really good. Yeah, so quite a few memories.
Yeah, definitely. Loads of memories.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So just in terms of obviously you've kind of progressed from the diploma into the degree,
Hmm.
do you feel not only is the degree, but also the diploma is kind of setting you up for what you want to do and when you leave college?
Oh yeah, definitely. I've gained like the relevant experience through like obviously lectures, doing dissections and seeing demonstrations at Greenwich, and like the relevant work experience and stuff's really
Mhm.
prepared well, I think, and actually got me to explore the industry a bit.
Yeah.
Um, and like I think I've developed quite a high standard and skills and things whilst
Yeah.
being Greenwich. So yeah, definitely it's prepared me well, I think.
Brilliant. So what do you kind of plan to do once your college experience is completely finished?
Um, I've got many options like to do. I've not like completely set my mind on anything yet.
Okay.
I would like to get some more experience in the industry and potentially go to like Newmarket or something. I think I'd find that like really beneficial. Um, I would really enjoy starting up my own business and like buying my own land and setting up my own facilities. I'm very like passionate about like the hydrotherapy facilities we have at Greenwich, so I'd love to have my own. Obviously, that's a big goal from here.
Yeah.
Uh, and I would like to complete another degree after in like veterinary physiotherapy or something. I'm quite
Brilliant.
like a worker bee, so I think I'd be one of them people that like carry on
Hmm.
developing a bit and doing little courses here and there and things. But yeah,
Perfect. So you just kind of want to get your course done and then kind of maybe go down your own route of like your own business,
yeah,
and then just keep developing yourself with them
yeah,
courses. Yeah, that's
yeah.
amazing. Brilliant idea. Definitely. So obviously, how do you feel that kind of the college has supported you in terms of like the materials, the resources? You kind of mentioned a little bit about the facilities that you
Mm.
have on the course. Do you think that what basically what's your opinion of it all? Because it sounds like there's so much.
Yeah. I think we have like such amazing facilities. As I said, I'm really passionate about our hydrotherapy facilities and things in our therapy centre, which um we have like a swimming lane, water treadmill, hydrotherapy spa and things, which not only supports my learning and obviously the other people on the course, but it's like provides a lot like the best care for our horses.
Yeah.
We've had amazing support from all the staff and everything, and all the horses are lovely. And even during remote learning, the staff have like tried their best to keep the lessons engaging and like interactive. We've actually had some like live dissections. So Jenny, who you're about to speak to, did a heart dissection for us the other day, like live online. So they're still trying to like do what we was meant to be doing in person, which is good. And we've had some like practical demonstrations, like groundwork and handling with the horses, like live online as well. So yeah, it's been really good, and we've got good resources as well, of like ebooks and things to still continue with our learning. So yeah, it's been all right.
You don't feel, obviously it's maybe different in the terms of the experience that you thought it was going to be because of obviously COVID.
Yeah.
But you're still getting the same support in a sense.
Oh yeah, definitely. And all of the staff are quite like quick to respond to emails and communicate well and things. And as I said, they're trying to keep it as normal as it can possibly be while we're remote. And yeah, it's been good. It's been okay. Obviously it is a bit more of an added struggle when you're not there in person, but doing what we can.
So you kind of did mention and I've just picked it up on the dissection side of it, which is amazing, but from my understanding, is that like a science side of the course then? So you don't just kind of like, because some people might think it's a bit fluffy in a sense. You go, you just do some riding, you kind of brush their hair, things like that. But it's not that at all, is it? I'm sure it's very
no. Take advantage of all the facilities we have and things, and it's quite like broad. We cover, like, say you said, like sciencey, we cover like anatomy and physiology and things, and like rehabilitation of the horse, and we use the hydrotherapy facilities. And even like before we went on to our remote learning, we managed to still get some like demonstrations from people in the industry and things. So it is quite broad, and we cover a lot, as well as like, I think it's quite a good balance. Obviously not as much at the moment because we're remote, but beforehand it's quite like a good balance between theory and practical lessons. So you're getting like time in the classroom, time with the horses and things. So I feel like it's good for, you know, obviously people are different learners, aren't they? Like I'm quite a visual learner, and I know there's other ways of learning. So yeah, I think it does cater for a lot of people, definitely.
Perfect. I'm just literally going to reply to a comment that's just come up from Hadlow College Equine. Jenny is just trying to jump on with us, and she's just going to try through her personal account. If you're watching, can you just send the request through, guys, and then I'll accept Jenny once I've done with Catherine. Thank you. So next question. I'm just going on and on, but
no, that's all right.
Talk about. So why Hadlow College? Why Hadlow, and why that course in particular as well?
So originally, like before I even started the diploma, I was volunteering at an RDA centre in Durham, the Yarrow Riding School, which is where I currently work now. And some of the girls that worked there went to Hadlow, whether it was like HE courses or like the diplomas and things. And I'd heard that it was like kind of through word of mouth and things that it was a very good college to come to. Then I went to one of the open days, probably like 2.5 years ago now, for the diploma, and it was just such like, you know, when you just know, it was like quite a friendly atmosphere, and I liked the fact that it was like a smaller site, because I thought I'd get more like one-to-one tuition, a bit like it was quite like a small close-knit site. And I also started like riding in the riding school that Greenwich have as well then. But from then I was just so like, oh my god, about the therapy centre and things, and I knew that I wanted to start the level 3 course and progress on to the degree, which I'm on now. I think it was just, I don't know, I kind of knew as soon as I started that I wanted to do it. It was just like a nice atmosphere as soon as I went in, and all the staff have been like so supportive and friendly and things. And then I think it confirmed that I wanted to do the degree, because at Hadlow as well, obviously, because I think I just developed quite like good relationships with not only the staff but like the horses as well, and I was quite familiar with the
Yeah.
surroundings and things. And the added benefit is quite close to me, and I've managed to stay at home. So
Yeah. Is that kind of all of them elements is basically why you didn't kind of go to uni to do that? You stayed in your own like familiar surroundings and things
yeah,
like
I
that.
think I really, as I said, with like the therapy centre and things, and the fact that it was a smaller site, it just, I don't know, it felt like it was a bit of me, I suppose.
Yeah.
um, uh, and yeah, yeah, I've liked the fact that I was a bit familiar of my surroundings and things, and yeah, I just enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So I stayed.
Lovely. So just second to last question. You've kind of really touched on this one a little bit, but
hmm
would you recommend your course to someone else, basically?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's as I was saying, it's quite like it covers like a broad area, so you can kind of like develop your like technical understanding and ability and experience, and like develop that high standard and things to go into the industry. I think it's like a good preparation. And as I said, with the smaller site at Greenwich, and I'm probably biased because I like the Greenwich, but I think it's more supportive, I think.
Yeah.
Everyone helps everyone.
That's good. That's really
Yeah.
lovely to hear. So obviously I'm going to start from when you started your diploma,
hmm
uh, and ask you what advice you would give to maybe a year 11 that's
hmm
thinking of leaving school, starting equine, or just the college in general. What would your advice to be to them?
I'd definitely say explore your options. Like there's many like avenues you can go down to get to like your end goal, or to like qualify for what you want to do in the future.
Yeah.
Like speak to members of like the careers team and things like that, because obviously like college and university isn't for everyone. Like you might prefer like apprenticeships or going straight out
Yeah.
into the industry. For if you was to come to like decide on college or university or come to Hadlow College, I'd definitely just say take advantage of your facilities.
Yeah.
Like don't be afraid to ask questions and things. Like the lecturers are really supportive, and it's like what they're there for.
Yeah.
um, and don't like be prepared to work hard.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good advice. Honest advice, which is what we like. It's good.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm just going to kind of switch it
Mm.
onto your degree now. What would you kind of say to maybe a mature student, somebody that's thinking of coming to do a HE course, let's say? Or
um,
much probably the same. Just do it. It's great.
yeah, and like I said, explore your options and things, because like I said, it's not for everyone, but
Mhm.
I think I feel like it's like a safety net a
Okay.
bit. Like you've got that support group, you've got like the facilities there at hand and all the resources that the staff and like lecturers provide, and I think it's just a good way to learn, and like sets a standard for when you do go into the industry, instead of going into the industry and people pick up like bad habits, or
Mm.
they have good experience but they don't have that like technical understanding there.
Yeah.
Whereas with coming into a HE course, you're going to gain that before you like experience the industry,
Yeah,
which
definitely.
is good. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, that's all my questions, and I've
Yeah.
actually really enjoyed talking to you. I love horses personally. Haven't
Yeah.
got one, unfortunately, but I absolutely love them. So
Yeah.
it's been really lovely, and I've really enjoyed it. And I hope everybody else watching has really enjoyed it as well. But that's it. That's it, Catherine. So thank you so much for joining us today,
That's
and
all right. Thank you
have
for
a lovely
having me.
day. Have a
And
lovely day.
you.
Lockdown,
Yeah.
unfortunately. All right then.
Thank you.
See you
See you
later.
later. Bye everyone.
Bye. Right, perfect. So we're just going to try and get Jenny on now. I think she's just having a few technical difficulties. Um, if you just bear with me, guys. I'm just going to send the request through to Hadlow College Equine, and see if she is available. While we do wait, then if you are interested in finding out more, not only about equine, but about all of our courses that we have at Hadlow, then you can pre-register for the virtual open event that is happening on the 3rd of February. So you can head over to the website and pre-register there, and you'll get an email, an access link the morning of, and then you'll be able to look at loads of great content, brilliant videos, and go from there basically, and hopefully kind of gives you a real insight into what you could be doing at Hadlow, and what you could be doing obviously this September potentially, if that's what if you want to be starting. Also, I did mention earlier as well, we do have our full-time course guides. So please do order these online. I think let's go live with, I think Jenny might be able to come on now. I think the technical difficulties have fixed themselves. Oh, there we go.
Oh my goodness, what a drama.
You're here now, so it's fine. No panic, no panic. We've chatted to Catherine, and that's been brilliant.
I heard.
Now it's you, so it's brilliant. Thank you. So, first of all, I just kind of want to get to know you, and I'm sure the people that are watching want to really get to know you as well. So if you could just introduce yourself, that would be brilliant.
Sure. So yeah, hi everybody. My name's Jenny Paddison. So I'm the HE team leader in Equine at Hadlow College. So my job role basically is to manage our degree programs that we run within Equine.
Perfect, thank you. So I've had a chat with Jenny, and had a chat with Catherine, and she's kind of given us a really nice insight about kind of the support and things like that. But I want to get into the real details with yourself. So my first question is going to be, where are they based? Where are the courses based?
Okay, so basically I'll start off just saying that we run degree programs under 2 topics basically in Equine. So we run a degree in Equine Training and Management, which is based at our Hadlow College Equine Yard, and then we run an Equine Sports Therapy and Rehabilitation program, which is based primarily at our Greenwich Equestrian Centre, which is just near Welling. And both of those courses we sort of try to get students across sites as well, so students get to use the facilities at both of our sites. So yeah, a bit at Welling, a bit at Tunbridge.
Perfect, lovely. So you kind of mentioned about the courses there, but could you just kind of go on to a little bit more detail on like the levels, obviously degree, but also the entry requirements that you have as well?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Sean. So we, as I said, we run two programs under 2 topics, so training and management and equine sports therapy and rehab. But within that, we also run a bachelor's degree and a foundation degree. So the BSc is a 3-year course. And you would go straight into that from, say, A levels or a level 3 diploma of some sort. So we'd be looking for 96 UCAS points for that program. And then we run a foundation degree course, which is a 2-year program, which then if you want to top up and do a full undergraduate degree, then you can do in a 3rd year straight from that. So they run essentially alongside each other, but the FDSC gives you a 2-year route, and it's a bit more work sort of based, the FDSC. So we look for people to have 64 UCAS points to go onto that course, again from either A levels or a level 3 vocational program.
Perfect, thank you.
And sorry, I'm going to interrupt you then, I'm really sorry. But just if we've got any mature learner, anybody's interested as coming on as a mature learner, we do also consider sort of vocational experience as well. So yeah, up to 23, then it's kind of based on your UCAS points. Beyond that, it becomes about experience.
Perfect, thank you. So once your students have kind of completed their HE courses, where do they kind of tend to progress to? Is it like employment, or do they kind of set up their own businesses? I know Catherine is kind of really wanting to leave and do her own little thing, so that's lovely to hear. But what's the kind of popular route that people take?
Sure. So again, it's sort of dependent on the course a little bit. So the equine sports therapy and rehab program, people from that more often tend to go off and set themselves up as sole traders, basically, so setting up their own small business. So we have lots of people going off and becoming sort of massage equine or veterinary massage therapists, veterinary physiotherapists, basically setting up their own sort of therapy business. Although again, some people have gone into sort of employment as well with that course. But then with the equine training and management, people are often kind of going on to work as sort of yard managers and sort of lecturing positions, nutritionists. So it tends to be more into kind of employment routes as opposed to the sort of self-employed, I guess. And then we have a sort of significant proportion that are interested in going on to postgraduate studies, so masters and postgraduate diplomas, things like that.
Perfect, lovely. Okay, so how do people apply for these courses? You're mentioning so many, but how do they actually get onto the course, and what's the process?
Okay, so all of them would be a similar process. So anybody who's interested in applying can go through UCAS. So if you go onto the UCAS webpage, then you'll be able to search for the course. And one thing I would say if you're interested in applying is make sure that you find us. So we run in partnership with the University of Greenwich for our degree programmes. So if you go and search for, say, equine sports therapy and rehabilitation or equine training and management, then you need to look out for the courses that are University of Greenwich, and then you'll see on there that the site that they'll be at is Hadlow College. So as I say, you go in through the UCAS page, there's a really clear button there that allows you to apply through UCAS for the courses. And then obviously as part of the application process, once we've received your application, we'll have a good read through it, have a look at your personal statement, check it's going to be the right course for you, and then go from there in terms of an offer. And particularly with the equine training and management program, because there's a riding element in that program, and students have the opportunity to ride on all 3 years, and we do need to make sure that that first it's going to be the right thing for you to ride, and then that you're going to be sort of safe and be able to progress to the level you need to. So we do run a riding assessment as part of the training and management program application as well. And then the other thing that kind of goes along with it is just obviously the student finance side of things as well. So if you are thinking of applying, then it's worth sort of being aware that Student Finance England do tuition fee loans, which will cover the tuition fees for each year of the course, and then a maintenance loan as well, which is up to £9,250 per year of your course to help you cover kind of your living costs. And then for those that need it, that say have additional learning needs like dyslexia or dyspraxia, things like that, which is really common, you have DSA funding as well, so disabled students allowance funding too.
Perfect, thank you. So my next one is just kind of what you guys have been involved with over the last how many years, and what's been kind of your highlight?
Oh goodness, that's a good question. Okay, one I wasn't expecting. So okay, so we are a really busy team. So I think generally it's kind of a thing with equine teams. We tend to kind of be busy. We tend to try and get involved in as much as we can. So I guess things that kind of go on consistently within our department is just our huge involvement with the British Horse Society. So we really firmly believe that students need to be getting the kind of vocational skills that they need to go out and work in industry. The most widely recognised industry qualification are the BHS stage exams. So we really strongly encourage our students to do those, and we give the students the opportunity to do those alongside their programme. And we are sort of, both of our sites are BHS registered as well. So we're, you know, the staff are really capable of providing that training up to the levels that you need. We have constantly got shows and events running, and so all of those shows and events are run with the participation of the students in organising them. And within the kind of event side of things, our degree students often run kind of lecture demos with sort of international top level riders, things like that, which we're running an online one this year actually, if anybody's interested. It should be a different way of doing it. Other things, so our Greenwich site was developed as part of the London 2012 legacy site. So the Hadlow College was actually approached by the team for London 2012 to run that site. So we were sort of really instrumental in developing that site to hopefully work for kind of the community, the equestrian community, horses, riders, and people that haven't got any involvement in the industry yet. And then just other stuff, kind of our advanced equitation students, they go out to local shows competing our horses. We've got a young stock program. We have our own stallion and broodmares. So the students again are involved at every level or every part of that process of covering the stallion, covering the mare, the foal being born, developing that horse up to the point that it's being ridden and used in lessons. And then other things, I'm sorry, there's loads. I told you we get involved in everything.
I'm loving it. Give us all this information. Great.
So our staff and students are involved in writing articles for sort of local equestrian media, and some of our team are also involved with the hydrotherapy working group at the moment, so developing sort of guidelines for the use of hydrotherapy within equine. So yeah, loads going on, I guess.
Yeah, brilliant. There's been, and Catherine did mention them as well, there's been a lot of talk about little bits of facilities and things like that. Would you be able to go in a little bit more detail about like all of the facilities that you have, because I'm sure there's plenty?
There is, and we're really, really fortunate with the facilities that we have. So at our Hadlow site, we're really kind of geared up to teaching the training and management side of things. So we've got 60 plus horses on site, ranging from sort of nice, comfy, generally pretty easy going cobs through to some really quite advanced ex-competition horses, which we're really lucky to have, so can accommodate riders of all different levels. We've got our breeding stock, as I said, our lovely little stallion Bravo, and we breed one foal a year. And then in terms of the riding facilities, we've got 3 different arenas, and we've got a cross-country schooling paddock, and we've got a high-speed treadmill, we've got labs, we've got sort of various different teaching rooms. It's fab, yeah. And then at Greenwich Equestrian Centre, so we've got stabling for 20 horses there, plus some boxes for visiting horses that come and use the therapy centre. And we've got our therapy centre, which is kind of the real the wonderful thing that we've got up at Greenwich. So fully equipped therapy centre with a spa, treadmill, aqua treadmill, sorry, and swimming pool, solarium. We've got kind of facilities for teaching and producing sort of herbal medicines. We've got a brilliant lecturer who works up there with all of that side of things. She's fab. And then kind of across both sites, we've got a lot of mobile analytical equipment that we can use for dissertation projects. We use it in lessons frequently as well. So kind of biomechanics analytical equipment, Quintic, Pegasus, Telerain system. We've got exercise phys analytical equipment, thermal cameras, and all sorts of good stuff that our students can use. Plus we've then got our learning resource centre, so down at Hadlow, effectively our library, but it's really, really equipped for the vocational subjects that we teach. But also we've got like loads of online resources as well, so access to journals, access to ebooks, all sorts of things like that.
Perfect, thank you. I am going to chuck a little question in here, because Catherine also did mention it, and she actually mentioned your name in particular about the dissecting of things, and I'm really intrigued about this. Could you go into a little bit more detail about that module, in a sense, or that unit?
Yeah, sure. So I am a firm believer that when we're talking about equine anatomy and physiology, the best way to actually understand it, to understand what you know in theory, is to see it in practice. Yep. So yeah, dissection is just such a fantastic part of that. I think Catherine mentioned that we did a heart dissection on Friday last week. So yeah, legs, hearts, lungs, digestive systems, you name it. If we can get hold of it, ethically, obviously, then we can dissect it and give the students a chance to actually see, feel, interact with that anatomy, in a way that they can't necessarily do on the live horse. Yeah. Hopefully, we don't want them chopping off legs.
Brilliant. So I just want to kind of ask you, really, that's all my questions. If there's anything else that you kind of want to add, just generally about equine as a whole, really.
Okay, so I guess one thing that I'd really just like to mention is, as I said, we're affiliated with the University of Greenwich for our degree courses. So I guess one of the benefits that our students get as part of that is that they are both a Hadlow College student and a University of Greenwich student. So they get access to the University of Greenwich's resources as well as the Hadlow ones. So that means that they can access library resources, labs and things for dissertations, and then I'm so sorry, my daughter's just kicking off
Right,
outside.
don't worry.
And and then through the University of Greenwich as well, we can access the accommodation. So for our students that want to go and do the equine sports therapy and rehab course, they can get accommodation up sort of near to Welling through University of Greenwich as well, and that means they're on sort of that much bigger campus, for University of Greenwich too.
Lovely.
And then just otherwise, like we are, well, I'm bound to say it because I'm biased, but we're a really fab team. So I guess that one of the big advantages of coming to somewhere like Hadlow, and I think I heard Catherine say something along the same lines as well, is you're going to get to know the team pretty well, and they're going to get to know you pretty well. And sort of being on particularly the sort of smaller site like Greenwich, where we are purely focused on equine, you're going to be sort of really immersed in that world. It's not going to be sort of going and sitting in huge lecture theatres and being in there with say 150 other students. You're going to be in a classroom where people are going to know you better, they're going to know how to support your learning better. So yeah, it is a degree, it is a university experience, I guess, but it's one where you're going to really be supported as an individual throughout that whole process, with an opportunity to really get involved in every single aspect of practical theory and every learning opportunity that there is for you.
Perfect. Lovely. Thank you. That's such a brilliant insight. And just to kind of directly speak to anybody that's viewing us at the moment, if you have got any questions that you don't want to ask on live, then you can either DM the main, obviously, college account, which is Hadlow College, or you can DM Joni and her team as well, which is Hadlow College Equine. So please feel free to ask any questions once we've finished, basically. But thank you so much for joining me. I've had a great time, and I hope everybody else has. It's been amazing insight, and have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Right, so I hope everybody has enjoyed our live today. It's coming sadly to an end. Before we go, I just want to quickly say again, full-time course guides can be ordered on our website. You can also you can also pre-register for our virtual open event as well on the website. Our bio as well also takes you to the website where all of our courses are, and you are able to apply. If you've got any questions, please feel free to DM us directly. You can call us, anything like that. We are here to help. One last thing though that I'm going to ask you guys to do, if you're not interested in equine, can you just DM us and tell us what you want to hear next? Who do you want to see live next on Hadlow College's Instagram Live? And that would be great. Thank you, everyone, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.